now it's time to begin our Dream Team segment where we talk with entrepreneurs who are living their dream and overcoming obstacles along the way. Our guest is Tonya Ware. Tonya is the 2017 Heart Survivor for the American Heart Association, and she's also the creator and host of the only Saturday Success Church in the U.S. She's been featured on ABC, Fox, BET, and more. Tonya is a managing partner with the Success House and the project manager for Leadership Greater Jackson. And she's transforming lives and is a certified success trainer with the Jack Canfield Breakthroughs to Success and the Canfield Methodology Programs. Welcome, Tonya Ware, to Rise and Shine. It is good to see you, my colleague, my friend, and I'm so happy that you're here and you made it out in the cold weather today as well. Now, before we go to the break, we want to find out a little bit about the Jack Canfield certification and all that. And then when we come back from the break, I want to start with your amazing story. So tell us a little bit about what being a certified success trainer with, and who is Jack Canfield, by the way, for those who may not know.
Right. So Jack Canfield is the co-author of Chicken Soup for the Soul, and it's a book that's sold over 500 million copies. He's a New York Times bestseller, and he really came to the forefront through that book. He started to write stories or share stories of inspiration, and he was in meditation one day and he saw just chicken soup, and which is one of our all-time favorites as kids.
A comfort food, right?
On a cold day like today, you have chicken noodle soup at Grandma's house. So he named the book Chicken Soup for the Soul, and it's inspirational stories of how people really overcome tragedy to really manifest their dreams and triumph over obstacles that have been in their way. And so I read his book as a young girl, as a kid, and because my mom loved his material, and later found out that he did a program called Bestseller Blueprint, which he helps authors write books that become bestsellers. And I became involved through his training programs that way, and then was able to connect with him personally and be trained in his trainer program, because I was looking for ways as a pastor to do more, to help people pray and have faith, but also reach their goals. And so I connected with his organization. It was a good fit for me, and I'm using all of my information to share here in Jackson and around the world.
It is absolutely amazing. And as we go to the break, you're a mom and you're a wife. Tell us about the Church Triumphant Global.
So I have the honor of being the wife of Bishop Adrian Ware, the senior pastor for the Church Triumphant Global, and I have 2 daughters, Wisdom and Wealth.
What names? I mean, if that's not being positive and affirming, what else is?
So my house will always have wisdom and wealth.
I love it. I love it. Well, we will be back in just a moment because Tonya Ware is going to tell us all about her blueprint for success. So please, don't go away. You don't want to miss this great interview. Yes, and now we're on Facebook Live, and some people may be coming on Facebook Live later. So, Pastor Tonya, just say hello to the audience.
Everybody.
And just give us your contact information now as well.
Okay, the contact information is events at thesuccesshouse.co, and the phone number is 601-260-1848.
Wonderful, wonderful. And we just have a little bit more time here. And, you know, this is Martin Luther King Day and having a dream. What does that mean to you in terms of celebrating a day like today?
I was so excited when you called me to talk about dreams, because he's the dream master. I would see Martin Luther King as the dream master, someone that had a dream that was received to him personally, but he gave it to the entire nation, right? And was able to paint a picture for people through his words to help them see a better way of living. And so I'm so inspired by his life, and just hope to follow, like other people, pay that idea of inspiration for the nation forward through the work that I do.
Thank you so much. Okay, well, we just have a couple of minutes while we're waiting there. So again, thank you for joining us, those of you who are on Facebook Live. And it's time for our Dream Team segment, where we talk with entrepreneurs who are living their dream and overcoming obstacles along the way. You were just listening to the sweet, soulful voice of Tonya Ware. She is the 2017 Heart Survivor for the American Heart Association. She's the creator and host of the only Saturday Success Church in the U.S. and has been featured on ABC, Fox, BET, and more. Tonya is a managing partner with the Success House and the project manager for leadership, Greater Jackson. Tonya is transforming lives and is a certified success trainer with the Jack Canfield Breakthroughs to Success and the Canfield Methodology Programs. And once again, we welcome her back. If you're just joining us, you're in for a treat. Now, Tonya, you are author of a book, Life is Your Song, Discover Your Voice, and it shares your amazing story of how, in a matter of seconds, you went from being a multi-million-dollar executive and singing starlet to laying dead in your bathroom on the floor. And even more shockingly, you came back to life against all odds and fought through debilitating physical challenges to come back, and now you're making a difference for others. So tell us how that transpired.
So I was actually had never been sick before, and started having some chest pains, and that was something I had never experienced. So I told my husband I just needed to lay down, take a nap, and I did what a lot of people do when they're having heart issues. They think it's something like they're just stressed, or maybe they ate something they shouldn't have eaten, or they just need to take a nap. But I should have gone to the hospital to be checked. I collapsed with sudden cardiac arrest in 2006 in my master bathroom and died. I was revived.
Died? Wow.
And died in my master bathroom, stopped breathing, body released, and my husband, who believes in miracles, prayed for me and called me back to life. I was then seen by a team of doctors both here in Jackson and at the Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville, Florida, that basically told me there was nothing they could do for me, that my heart, that I was 38 years old at the time, and they said my heart looked like a 62-year-old's. I had just worked and worked and worked, and like most women, we don't, listen to the signs or take the signals from my body. And so I lived 7 years confined to my house. A shortness of breath, dizziness, blackouts, just so sick. As a matter of fact, the day that I found out that I had a stellar nomination for the song that's playing in the background, I was so sick I could barely get out of my bed.
And what's the name of that song?
Put My Hand in Yours.
And it's written by?
It's written by Marvin Winans.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a remake of Marvin Winans' song of Consecration, which was recorded by his brother Ron Winans. And my music was being heard all around the world, but my body was sick and my heart was weak. And I was so excited when you called me about this session, because what sparked my transformation, I watched an interview with Oprah Winfrey, which you've interviewed before.
Right. She
was interviewing LL Cool J. And in this interview, she said to him, what do you do when you thought by a certain point in your life you would have accomplished certain things and it never happened? And he just kind of cocked his head to the side with that smile of his, and he said, but Oprah, dreams don't have deadlines.
Dreams don't have deadlines.
Dreams don't have deadlines.
Wow, that takes me out of my comfort zone, because I'm always saying, I've got to do this by that time and that. But not all dreams have deadlines.
Not all dreams have deadlines.
And that was a defining moment for you.
It was, and that day I realized the difference in a dream and a goal. You have to unleash the power of goal setting. Say, I'm going to do these things by this date so you can move your dream forward. But your dream is your dream. It's your baby. And just like we love to see our kids mature at a certain time, they have their own mind, right?
Yes.
So our dreams have like a life of their own. And so I heard that quote. I grabbed my iPhone and recorded it. And then I started journaling. And the more I journaled, the healthier I became. I connected with Jack Canfield because he is known as the top success guru of the world, and I want success. Everyone, I think, deep in their core, we want to win. We want to be winners in life. And so many of the techniques, I found my healthiest picture, put it before me, and started to visualize, started to meditate, started using meditation, releasing the law of attraction, started doing all these really cool things. I know, right?
Yes.
And I was transformed in my thinking first. I stopped grieving. Of course, when you're sick for a very long time, in addition to that, I became very depressed, and the depression really overtook me. I would stand in my shower with the water on and cry and plead and ask God to let me die, because I knew greatness was inside of me, but I just didn't think it was going to happen. And I think a lot of people feel that way. They go through a bad divorce, they lose a job that they love, or something happens with the economy, or they lose a loved one, or they have a situation happen with their health like me, and they feel like that even though the greatness is there, they just don't know the steps to get it out. They just feel like the walls are closing in on them, and the pressure is coming from every angle. And I felt that way, and I thought I'd maybe be better off not here, a hindrance. I felt like I was a big burden on my family. My husband was my caregiver for those 7 years, and many nights he would sit up and watch me breathe to be sure I didn't stop breathing in my sleep. And so, but something happened after I heard that quote, and I realized that even though I couldn't change the doctor's report, I could change me.
Wow.
And I decided that I would, if I had 1 day to live, 10 days to live, or 10 years to live, I would live my best life. I would wake up every day not being offended, wake up every day keeping my joy, wake up every day helping everyone I could, wake up every day just moving forward, even if it was one little baby step. Wow. And I think a lot of times people think that they have to do big stuff to make their dreams come true. Sometimes it's just a phone call, asking someone, can you help me? Yes. This is my dream. Can you give me a helping hand? And from there, I wrote that book in 60 days.
And tell us the name of the book again.
Life is Your Song, Discover Your Voice.
So these steps, we are dying to know.
Yeah.
How do you help us? What are the steps to achieving your dreams and goals, especially after you've had a setback, which could be that setup for the comeback?
Yeah, it really is. And a lot of times I think that the first thing that I did was I had to work on my mind. So I remember changing all of the music I was listening to, all the conversations I was having, everything I was looking at online, everything I was doing with social media, all became positive affirmations. And so instead of talking about, what I did was I stopped renewing my membership in the Ain't It Awful Club.
Ah, right? That pity party.
That pity party.
Yes.
I stopped the pity party. That was the first thing I did. I said, this is my life. It happened. When I get to heaven, maybe I'll ask God about it. Maybe I won't. But all I can do is, there was something I learned from Jack Canfield that really transformed my thinking, and this was the first step. E plus R equals O. Events will happen.
Mm-hmm.
My response determines my outcome.
Events, response, determine your outcome.
Yes.
Awesome.
So events I can't necessarily control. I had no idea in a million years that I would collapse with cardiac arrest.
Wow.
Right? I'm healthy. I never get sick with anything, but that happened to me. So that was the event.
Yeah. And not just that, it's like you were a mom, were you in the ministry at the time as well?
I was an ordained pastor at the top of my game because I've always done secular work. So finance is my thing. I was making a lot of money. I was the top producer for our state.
Wow.
I was traveling.
Wait, I heard you were a multimillionaire, sister.
Yeah. Now the cool thing is, since then I've been able to achieve millionaire status again, even after the illness. And so I think what a lot of times we forget is that I had to look at the event. All of us have the events, whatever they are. A dysfunctional family, a bad childhood, abuse, situations that happen. That was in the event. I couldn't control that event, but I couldn't control my response.
Absolutely.
So I decided, instead of being depressed about it, if whatever time I have on earth, I'm going to use that time to really be the best me I can be. And I started changing my thinking by turning my vision outward. Instead of me, why did this happen to me? I started saying, what can I do with this?
Why not you?
Why not me? And what can I do with this pain to maybe help someone else that's stuck?
That's
right?
awesome.
Because if you're sick for 7 years, confined to your house 7 years, you feel stuck. And I think that's why I was so depressed, because I couldn't do anything. And I thought I couldn't do anything, but I started writing. And so the first step was changing my thinking. The second step was really activating the law of visualization. So I found healthy pictures of myself. I put them on my mirrors. I put them around. And I started to really meditate on my healthy days.
Love it.
Anything that you meditate on, it will become reality. So I started to move toward my most dominant thought. My most dominant thought was health.
Amen.
And you do move towards your most dominant thought. If you don't believe this, you watch enough McDonald's commercials at 2 a.m. in the morning, you'll find yourself in the drive-thru even though you don't really want that.
I've found myself in my
Right?
refrigerator even when I didn't
Exactly.
want that. So yes,
Because
those
whatever you think
commercials.
on, whatever you think on, you will move toward.
Yes.
And I started to think on health and well-being.
I love
And
it.
I started to move toward that. So those were some of the first steps.
Another step that you can help others is you talk about a mastermind group. That's
Yeah.
another way for folks to reach their dreams and goals. Tell us about that.
So we have two free programs that are held at our church, the Church Triumphant Global, that are really dynamic. One is the Manifestation Mastermind Group, and then one is the Center of Dreams. So my husband, who is a master in dreams, he teaches a program where people can come in with their dreams and get interpretations of their dreams
Wow.
through dream work. And after that, then they come to Manifestation Mastermind so that they can have a group of people that do three things: give them accountability, help them reach their goals by getting clear. A lot of times our goals are not met because we're not really clear on our goals. And then making sure that if there are resources, avenues, doors that they need to get in, someone in that group probably knows how to help them get there. So yeah, we're seeing some transformational things. We've had people come off of jobs that they didn't love and start their own businesses, people sitting for the CPA exam, auditioning for movies. I mean, you name it, it's happening in the Manifestation Mastermind class.
So what words of advice can you give to people listening and or watching on Facebook Live about how to take that next step to get better results, achieving their dreams?
Right. The biggest thing I think people need to do today, right now, if they did one thing, would be to get around other people that make their dream or their baby leap. I think about what happened with Mary, the mother of Jesus, when she went to visit Elizabeth. The moment that she gave her a salutation, the Bible says the baby leaped in her womb. And for us, the baby is a symbol of a dream. I think that people that you spend your time with either make your dream manifest quicker or they cause your dream to die. And so the biggest thing that I think we can do as individuals is to get around other people that are dreaming too, that feel like, Sonny, you can do that.
Amen.
I mean, I know it's a big thing, but that's a breakthrough goal you can do. And how can I help you get there? And they don't mind you rising and shining,
Amen.
right? It's not a big, it doesn't make them feel bad if you get something great or something opens for your life that maybe they haven't manifested yet, because they realize dreams are individual, dreams are yours, they're yours to manifest. And when you get around people like that, you just, I don't know, it's like dreams get traction, they grow legs and they start to happen.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. The dream team, so
The dream
important
team,
who you
yes.
surround yourself. So thank you
Yeah.
so much for being a part of our dream team segment. How can people reach you for more information?
They can reach me. My phone number is 601-260-1848. The office number is 601-977-0007. And they can reach out to events at thesuccesshouse.co.
Absolutely.
Or stop by the church. I do Saturday Success Church every Saturday at 12 noon.
I love it.
So it's like a free 1 hour coaching session. Yeah.
So you heard it from Tonya Ware, and this is all the time that we have on our Have a Dream edition of Rise and Shine. I'd like to thank my guest, Tonya Ware. Thank you so much for sharing, and you've got to come back. You know that, right?
I gotta come.
Wonderful. And thanks to all of you for joining me on the radio and the WPBQ radio app and Facebook Live. Be sure to tune in next week and check out our Rise and Shine Facebook page at facebook.com, I Rise and Shine. For more tips on how to achieve your goals in 2018, you can also go to my website at www.sunnyfridge.com. We're going to leave you with the sounds of Tonya Ware's song, A Taste of Heaven. I'm Dr. Sunny, reminding you 2018 is your time to rise and shine and live your dream.
Wow.
Don't forget to smile and hug somebody.